Yeah, welcome everybody. Hope you're doing well. We've been reg battling all afternoon, and the first time we got 2 potential recreationals, so we'll see how this goes. We're going to start with an ISO, because why not? Hope everyone is having a good Monday. If you're first in, let me know if it sounds okay, if you can hear me, if it looks okay. Welcoming to the new audio paneling we've got here. Looks pretty professional, if I may say so myself, but we're excited about that. We're going to go through the Fen against Madshi from Deutschland. Viel Glück, Freunde. And SWAT MX from Canada. Good luck. Start with check call. 9 times not the best. Let's see if he bombs it. We'll just end up folding. Our flush draw's not guaranteed to be live, of course, as well. Definitely bluffing this. I mean, it's one of the few combos that doesn't have a pair, you know, like in our range. Like, we only have about 6 or so that don't. I don't think you need to go too big, because I think it's just not going to fold a pair. I think half pot is probably fine. You know, we're only trying to target a hand like maybe that. But clearly he wasn't interested in not folding there, which is reasonable. I think if we go a bit smaller, we're more potentially having 2 pairs as part of our range. But so far, I was happy. Again, we'll ISO this. This is where the earlier ISO maybe helps our EV a little bit. We're going for classical music tonight, ladies and gentlemen, after the clubbing display we had yesterday, which all got a bit out of... No, not yesterday. Wednesday, which all got a bit out of hand, I think, didn't it? So, yeah, that's what we're going for today. He check calls. I feel like we have the best hand right now. So let's check and let's decide. I think we likely have the best hand. We lose to 5-6. Okay, we'll just check down. Win against Queen 9 or Jack 10 or King 5. Okay. That's a reasonable call, actually. We'll go for a non-all-in. 2.7. Feels good. This guy previously bet check called with Jack 10 off. So we'll go for a delay against him, I think. Sounds good to me. If he bets, we'll just fold. Pretty happy with that decision. We'll jam this check. Hopefully we'll be working. Hopefully don't get snapped off by his queen. Good news. Okay, they're getting the flip. 8 looks like it's going to hold. Jack 10 suited. I think we're just going to jam for kind of edge passy slight reasons. We don't mind if he wants to make a marginal fold. We also don't mind if he calls, like whatever. But we're not folding this. So if we min raise call off, and he 3-bet jams a hand like Queen 2 or something, we'd much rather, which I don't think he would, but you never know. We also, if we min raise and he calls and then we miss, it's like a bit challenging. This is close, but it's 7 to win 17. So now it starts getting a little bit easier in terms of, as long as he hasn't got a pair, we make a really plus EV call. Having said that, I guess we don't have that much plus EV spots. Let's take it. Not the end of the world. See if we can hold. Looking to hold. No. It's quite a big EV difference, that river. Maybe. Yeah, we'll just take this one. Hello, I don't care. How's the football and grind going? Grind's going okay. Football is on pause as we chop here. Nice. Football is on pause as the lockdown means no football we're able to play. And B, we've got a broken arm, which we're still recovering from another 2 or 3 weeks. And that'll be good. Welcome to Mr. Vatnik, who's the second person to ask me about Fraum. Are you a friend of Fraum's, Mr. Vatnik? He's a very solid player, yeah. I don't know him personally, but as with a lot of the high stakes regs, seems very good. He does lots of good things, and yeah. I watched a little bit of his Twitch stream once, and yeah. Shout out to all the Spin and Go Twitch streamers. I don't think it's enough. We need more. We need more Twitch streamers. There's Kiwo. He's occasionally Twitch streaming. We got Fraum, our buddy's normally Twitch streaming. And then Courtney. a Spin and Go streamer. We want to get loads. We want the whole Spin and Go population to be Twitch streaming at some point. I think that'll be fun. Helping grow the great game of Spin and Goes, you know. Okay, Magichi, we don't know it much about. We're gonna try, see if we can squeeze a limp through. Really doesn't work. I would normally try. I would encourage you guys not to overfold against randoms. If they've asked you a couple of times, then of course we don't want to take it too extreme. But yeah, check into it. Yeah, I mean, we could take this. We have no follow to though. I'm actually going to fold this one, given he's been raising from that stack depth, and we have no follow to. We'll jam the ace-5 instead. Sad times. Looking for a 9 was actually what I was going to say we were looking for. Chop it up. Checked and suited. Kind of have to call here. Again, it's similar to the pocket 2's hands where like we just got way too much. 5.2 to win a pot of like 17, 18 or something. Not that amount, but yeah. Even against that, which is like with diamonds dominating us, we have the right price, and so we'd lose more by folding than calling. But yeah, Mr. 9-8 Gapper, nice 8 Gapper, I should say. Ooh, we're gonna shove this one just because I know we followed the Jack 9 too, but I hope we've got some fold equity now, and we do know he's been going a little bit wider with his min raises. We do have fold equity there, which is lovely. So happy that got through. But yeah, thank you, Mr. Nice 8 Gapper. Good luck to you too, sir. Are you in the grind tonight? Any spins? We're going to jam the 10-9 off. Cool. Not so cool. Okay. It's all about back to even. Aces! So, now we're going to try limp again. He asked us once before. So, we've demonstrated that we have, let's say, foldability. And we're trying to encourage that. If it doesn't go for it, check or bet is the question. I think we'll just bet. I might check this turn though. Yeah, I think I will. I think we're perceived to just basically not slow play much at all here. So I think we can quite happily check call. Be perceived to be incredibly capped, and maybe he wants to bluff another street, and of course he can still value own himself with shoving a jack here. 2's not a bad cut. I mean, if he's got a flush, obviously we're going broke. That's not a problem. We now beat Jack 9, Jack 6, for example. If he had that, he had 8-7 off and chose not to bluff the river. So I like our decision. Doesn't look so great if he's not bluffing the river. We could maybe actually check raise the turn instead, but that might be an adjustment we'll make in future. Vatnik says, Fram says, Monkeys, is a top old player on high limits. Yeah, like 2018. Monkey was battling a lot in the high stakes lobbies. It's the problem with spins is it's not like in a linear way, and so I don't have access. Like I don't know everybody's results and let's say strategy and everything in that, and so to kind of go he's number 1, he's number 2, he's number 3, he's number 4, you can't really do that. You can say there's a grouping, let's say, of guys that are doing really well, and certainly those guys you mentioned right up there. I don't know what Monkey's doing at the moment. I think he's not grinding on stars, at least. He might on ES or something, who knows. This has got interesting. I guess we'll just happily bet here. Don't need to go that big, do we? 1.7 feels kind of fun. And we'll see. Alright, if we can hold, that'd be great. Nice. Good luck today, Mr. Tom. Dankeschön, vielen Dank, Herr Jonas. And Super Crab says, good luck. Thank you, Super Crab. Good luck to you too, if you're in the games. You had a day off yesterday, I think. I'm trying to do my old tracking of the observed games, and yeah. Some of the guys, they just don't seem to sleep, and it's like You're looking at them. It's like 8 p.m. online, 12 midnight online, 4 p.m. 4 a.m. online, and then next morning 12 midday online. I'm like, when do these guys sleep? It's mad. But shout out, credit to them for the discipline. We'll go for a little delay here. I just expect him to. I would have preferred maybe slightly bigger, but it's fine. But Will, the question is, are you going to play the heads up? What was it? I only skim read the Skype thing. What was it? It was the heads up. The heads up turbo, the blowout series. Good luck to you if you're playing that. We jam ace 2 into ace 8. Draw and dead. I think we just jam the jack 6. Sad times. Okay, we'll play again. We're going to adopt our previous policy of we'll play, and if we bump into 2 regs, we'll switch. Keiko from Norway, so we'll say Lykke til kompis. And MKTMD from Old Polska. So we'll say Powodzenia, kolego. And we'll fold. Oh, nice! I completely missed that. My brief snapshots must have completely missed. That's cool. Maybe it was nice. Yeah, Sunday. I don't know. Shout out to Drainus making an appearance in the chat. I mean, what does he ever fold this? I guess we just shove. To be honest, I think honestly he might call ace king if he's got that, and if we call, I just don't see him doing anything different. The only thing he might do is not bet the turn. We'll give him probably a recreational tag. Right. I think that's very sensible strategy advice, yeah. We don't want to be, as spin and go players, we don't want to be messing about with anything more than 30 big blinds. Like, who knows what's going on there? No one knows what's going on there because it's impossible to know, frankly. Poker shouldn't exist beyond 25 BB. Like, if I can't 3-bet jam pairs, what am I supposed to do? 3-bet non-all-in? That seems ridiculous. So, it seems sensible. Your goal is to try and outlast Jack in his heads up tournament, yeah? That's the goal, okay? Lofty target I'm setting you. Powodzenia, kolego. Someone's learned a bit of Polish. Shout out to all my kolegos in chat. Check-in time. I think this is just a check raise. What are we going to do on turns? Let's decide when the turn happens. Ducky in the chat. How's our ducky doing? We got click back here. Okay. I mean, to be honest, in GTO I might just jam this, but I think we'll start with a call and then decide. 8 of diamonds, fairly insignificant, you know, it doesn't really help or hinder much. So let's start with check. If he jams here, I might fold. Like, what would be his bluff jams here that he would take? Maybe a hand like 10-7 or something if he's 3-bet that on the flop. Maybe a hand like 4-5. I do think any ace-x that he's limped pre, he might look to click it back. That seems very sensible. Like, certainly could be there. And then certainly he's going to jam that. So it's very difficult to exclude any value. But in terms of bluffs, I'm slightly reaching a little bit. I don't think he'll take 6-5 or anything like that and bluff it. So we'll just take a fold there. Could that be a bluff? It could be. I think the thing to remember there, of course, is that we do also check raise any of our king x, and we don't ISO all of our king x by any means. So we do have the low especially suited King X, that we would ISO. He goes for the 1/3 sizing. I guess we just call and then let's decide. Typically these are never bluffs, but MKTMD, I'm hoping. I don't know what I'm hoping for. You win. Sad times. Man like Wabsy in the chat. What's MKTMD doing? Maybe checking then and just go for a little block bet on turns. We could block bet now, but I'm a little worried. I like this turn though. That's a good turn for our range. It's a pretty challenging turn for him to try and represent hands. Very hard for him to be balanced in terms of that 1/3 ice swing stack, which then now, you know, with the 6-2, for example, he has a gut shot, typically just going to jam that with ace king, ace queen. Often they're getting jammed, and so I think we'll just go for a quarter pot here. Bet something like 2.8, and feel fairly comfortable with that. Of course, if he check jams or something, he wins, like, no problem. But yeah, not too worried about that. Let's just check where we are on the stream. Okay, check jams. It's unusual, but I mean, you know, what could this be? I wonder if he's big ISO'd like pocket 7s or something. Pocket 6s maybe. Obviously folding there, like, you know, we're not too worried about that, but that's a interesting play. And I do mean interestingly, legitimately there. Sometimes I say interesting and it's a pseudonym for poor. The fact he has a check raising range there is pretty cool, I think. So shout out to MKTMD. I was Ports 0 is now following. Thank you very much, and hopefully you find your way successfully into the ports. And Solo 888 is also following. Thank you very much. Hopefully, isn't too solo. If he's feeling too solo in poker, why not join Team 651? Segue. We will be following neither off. Thank you to Mr. Akbars. Spasiba. And Udachi Druk. Udachi. We're going to try a limp with the king too. We wish this guy a lot of Povetzenia, but maybe he doesn't need the Povetzenia because our collego found check raises where we thought there'd be none. We'll check. We will fold. We will check. We're going to go for a check. And we'll fold. Yeah, I mean, maybe we shouldn't fold this actually. Probably with a 2 is probably a better candidate check raise, so we'll actually do that. Very few check raises, but this feels like one of the ones to take in terms of our bluffs. Our value is slim, but we have some ace X and we have some king X as well that we probably wouldn't check raise the king X, but the ace X certainly would. Again, the ones we're checking back. We tried it before, it didn't work. Turning a 4. We've picked up some, let's say, backdoor bluff equity in terms of, I still think it makes a lot of sense. So we're going to go for a half pot. Again, we do the same with like ace 3, ace 5, ace 6, hands like that. Of course, our opponent's kind of uncapped, which makes it kind of scary. But we'd be very cautious about overdoing it with the 10x and jack X, and we'd only choose like 2x essentially. But it worked out. Always a bit dicey, those spots, but like it's a spot where I think we don't have too many bluffs, and so that's always something to work out. Shout out to Solo, says that was so obv. And for fun, says, isn't King Jack shove over 1/3 ISO at stack depths? Yes, depending on what you make of your opponent's range. It can be. But yeah. Port says, enjoy your commentary, my friend. Thank you, Ports. Yasutikanis to Mr. XPat, Mr. Handsome George, Mr. Summer Heads Up Championship winner. As we look in a fade, a big sweat, and we do nice. If you can't win, why not just get the chips in pre?